Okay, so you know how we're always looking for the next big thing in clean energy?
Always. It's a constant search.
Well, something's popped up in California, in the Mojave Desert. They've apparently found underground hydrogen reserves.
Oh, interesting. Hydrogen is definitely a hot topic.
Yeah, and get this, reports are saying it could potentially produce 50 tons per day.
50 tons. Wow. Okay, that's a significant number.
Right, especially with everyone pushing for cleaner energy globally. There's a Spanish solar developer, RIC Energy, apparently involved, looking to tap into this.
Makes sense. The whole appeal of green hydrogen is that promise, isn't it? Use it and you just get water. No carbon emissions.
Exactly. So finding a big source like this, well, it sounds pretty good on paper.
It does. So I guess today we're diving into that, the potential, but also the catch. Because there's usually a catch.
That's the plan. Figure out what this discovery really means.
Right.
So that 50 tons a day figure, the source we saw called it astounding.
And it is, relatively speaking. If that's accurate and extractable, it could genuinely make a dent in America's carbon footprint.
You could even start thinking bigger, right? Maybe supplying clean energy elsewhere to places still heavily reliant on fossil fuels.
Potentially, yeah. It paints a picture of a much greener energy future for the U.S., maybe even influencing things globally.
Okay, so that's the sunny side. But there are clouds gathering, aren't there? Concerns being raised.
Definitely. You can't propose a major project in a sensitive place like the Mojave without scrutiny. The Los Angeles Times, for instance, has been reporting on this.
And environmental groups, too, I imagine.
Absolutely. Environmental activists, specialists. The main worry seems to circle back to water. The Mojave isn't exactly known for having lots of stale water.
Right, it's a desert. So hydrogen extraction that uses water or affects it somehow.
It can,
Mm.
depending on the method. And any large-scale industrial activity in an arid region raises red flags about water resources. There's just not much to go around.
The LA Times piece, I think it quoted someone, Sammy Roth. He mentioned Cadiz Inc. and described a past project as like a scheme to suck the desert dry.
Yeah, that's pretty strong language. It refers to potentially draining a groundwater aquifer, basically, the underground water supply. That history casts a shadow.
So even if the hydrogen itself is green when you burn it, getting it out might not be so green.
That's the critical question. What are the total environmental costs? If extracting it uses vast amounts of scarce water or damages the ecosystem, can we truly call the whole process green?
It becomes a trade-off then. Does the good of the clean hydrogen outweigh the potential harm to this specific fragile environment?
Precisely. And it seems that there's also this layer of distrust around Cadiz, the company involved.
Yeah, the source mentioned that. Critics talking about a lack of trust, a checkered past, even calling it virtually a new company. That doesn't exactly inspire confidence for a massive project.
It creates hurdles, for sure. People want reassurance, transparency. Now, to be fair, lots of successful companies had rocky starts or evolved over time.
True, you don't start big. But for something this sensitive...
The bar is higher. You need more than just a clever idea. You need proof of genuinely sustainable practices.
And good communication, managing the resources properly. The source said it's like walking on thin ice.
That feels about right. It could be a breakthrough, the start of a new energy era, or it could be a cautionary tale, a well-intentioned project that caused unintended damage.
And there's money involved too, right? Potential federal funding?
Yeah, the location is apparently strategic for future hydrogen hubs, which could unlock significant federal support. We're talking maybe $1.2 billion potentially available.
Wow. Okay, so high stakes, high potential reward, high potential risk.
Which brings us back to that fundamental question. If they can do it without harming people or the environment, well, why wouldn't you?
But that if is doing a lot of work there.
It really is. That's the crux of it.
So we're left with this tension. Huge green energy potential versus very real environmental worries and questions about the company involved.
Exactly. It really highlights how tricky this transition to clean energy can be. It's not just about finding the resource. It's about accessing and using it responsibly.
Balancing energy needs with protecting ecosystems. It's never simple, is it?
Rarely. What level of environmental risk are we willing to accept for progress on climate change? That's a tough calculation.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Could this Mojave discovery be that pivotal moment we're hoping for in renewables? Or is it a warning sign?
A question worth pondering. And for those of you listening, perhaps preparing for the UPSC exams, this is exactly the kind of topic that touches on crucial areas.
Right. You've got Current affairs, environmental sustainability, energy policy.
Ah,
It's relevant for both mains and prelims, when you say.
definitely. Understanding these complex real-world trade-offs is key.
And our deep dive today was based on reporting from ecoportal.net.
A really interesting case study.
Absolutely. So if you found this discussion helpful, please do give us a like, subscribe for more deep dives, and maybe drop a comment below if you have further questions or thoughts. We'd love to hear from you.